I was just watching Brown Table's video on the Fantastic Four, and beyond simply being hilarious, it reminded me of those awesome characters in that great franchise. Now, full disclosure, I haven't read the comics. I grew up watching the early 2000s TV shows and movies around the Fantastic Four, sue me. And while they weren't heavy hitters on the big screen, I really enjoyed watching these characters as a kid. Well, except for the 2015 movie. That one was just kind of, nah, no. But while everyone else was enjoying the show, my nerdy brain just couldn't help but wonder how would these powers really work? But that's kind of what this channel is for, right? To create a safe space for nerds such as ourselves to discuss and converse such things. So let's dig into it. I'll probably need to make a series of videos to describe all the members of the Fantastic Four. So let's start off with a bang. Johnny Storm. He's the wild guy of the group and very hot-headed in more ways than one. Wait. I mean that his personality matches his powers because he has pyrokinesis, right? He can fly, shoot fireballs, and engulf himself in flames, hence his superhero name, the Human Torch. He definitely has the flashiest powers of the group. Get it? Flashiest? Because, he's the Human Torch, and torch is another word for flashlight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Never mind. I couldn't find many animals that evolved to spontaneously combust. I can't imagine why. But there are several plants that have evolved flammable compounds. Most of these substances are just oils and waxes that they use to either store energy or to prevent them from drying out, respectively. But there are some plants that are much stranger. For example, the cistus plant, also known as the gumrock rose. Isn't that just a cool name? The gumrock rose. Sounds like a rock band. This plant produces highly flammable compounds in the form of a resin known as labdanum. And it does this specifically to light itself on fire. Now you might be wondering, why would a plant want to set itself on fire? I mean, we have challenging lives, but come on, man. That ain't the way to go. That ain't the way to do it. Well, it's not to bring you enlightenment through some kind of psychedelic effect. The plant is basically making the ultimate sacrifice for its progeny. It produces this resin so that when it gets just hot enough, it sets ablaze, burning itself but also all the other plants in the vicinity to death. Then its seeds can sprout in a land that is free and clear of any competitors. Ah, parenthood. Isn't nature just wonderful? Just look at this Dictanimus albus plant, also known as the burning bush. I mean, tell me that doesn't look like Johnny Storm's powers. So Johnny could be secreting flammable oils from pores in his skin and then igniting them to create this effect. Though I'm not too sure how exactly he would ignite them. I mean, is he there just like going flame on and then trying to light a match or something? Hold on. Bombardier beetles have glands that shoot toxic benzoquinones at temperatures reaching 100 degrees Celsius. So if he has glands like that somewhere on his body, he could use them to ignite the fuel on his skin. Also, if he has these glands in his arms, mixed obviously with those previously mentioned flammable compounds, it could explain how he's able to shoot fireballs. He could just be spraying this at high temperatures and then they ignite as they travel towards the target. That's pretty cool. But how does he avoid burning himself every time he uses his superpowers? Well, there are bacteria called hyperthermophiles that could explain this. You see, they are highly heat resistant. They can survive temperatures upwards of 80 degrees Celsius, which is just wow. You see, heat kills life forms because it damages the structures in our cells. It causes those structures to slowly just break apart and fray at the heat. Hyperthermophiles have multiple adaptations that hold their structures together even as the temperature rises. For example, they have heat shock proteins, which hold together the weaker, more sensitive proteins from falling apart. They also have tightly knit DNA to prevent the DNA from unraveling in the heat. So if Johnny has hyperthermophile-like genes, it could explain his heat resistance. I have no idea how he flies though. I mean, I get that he shoots fire out of his feet or something, but the force needed to make that work would be insane. Let's leave that for another video. But what do you think? Are there any other characters that we should analyze? Let's discuss it in the comments section. Until then, remember, life finds a way. See you guys.